movie review, Anora. It was released in November 2024, and very strange film. It's about a young stripper who works in a sort of bar, and she gets to meet a very rich Russian boy whose father is an oligarch, and it's quite explicit in parts, quite a lot of nudity, and let's see if I can use some of a review by James Verardelli. Sean Baker has a gift for a "you are there" type of filmmaker, and he takes the viewer behind the scenes at the strip club in Manhattan, where Brooklyn in Manhattan, where Nora works, providing glimpses of how the dancers view their work. And the conversation aren't fundamentally different from what one might hear from those food servers in restaurants or performers in a stage show. It's very much seen as a job. They know how to do it and how to skirt the rules to get the best tips. It's fascinating how he manages to convey this. And having lived in Thailand for the best part of 30 years, I can endorse it, because that's how the girls that I've shackled up to in most examples, in fact all examples, have seen it very much as a job, and they do milk every opportunity to gain the most from it. Example, the review goes on, and Nora is willing to do a little extra on the side to make some additional cash, but she's not a cheap, doesn't perceive herself as a prostitute. In fact, she bristles at being called a whore or hooker, evidence to the contrary. Her fortunes, which are illustrated briefly with a shot of her flat, take a turn for the better when the club owner introduces her to Vanya, the Russian, the spoilt scion of a Russian oligarch who's looking for a good time with a woman who can speak Russian, one of Anora's talents. Smitten and unsatisfied with what she offers in a VIP room, Vanya asks for a meeting at his mansion, and the two are soon negotiating a deal where she will be his exclusive living girlfriend for a week. She gets $15,000 for the job, and so we get a gist of what we're into. They then embark on a trip to Vegas, and an impulsive marriage takes place, and this brings alarm bells when they return to New York. When the Russian father oligarch gets to know of their son's wanderings with Anona and marriage, he sends his heavies over to try and sort out the mess. And the next period of the movie is absolutely comedically gripping. Anona gets involved, as she's not used to just acting as a sponge when bad things are said about her, and it's quite an amusing interlude when we see the son rebellious towards his father and very aggressive towards his father's sort of hoods from Armenia. And I love this series as part of the film, however serious it might seem. There's a scene when a significant person in the oligarch, possibly a concierge, arrives to try and find out what the hell's going on, and he tries to clarify to Anon about the boy, as he sees it, that she's got involved in, and how the marriage will be annulled, and if she is pregnant, that will be dealt with, and the boy is a boy, and that his relationship with her should be based on the fact that this son is completely immature and incapable of having an adult relationship. Eventually, Anona is forced to join forces with the oligarch's number one guy in search for the boy who's gone AWOL. Finally, they find the boy in the same club where Anona met him. He's with another girl, of course. Then there's this bizarre scene where Anona is wanting to hang on to this notion of marriage. She sees it as security, I guess, and she wants Yanya to tell the heavies that he isn't going to be divorced, and he's sort of so high as a kite that he can't really put two words together, and the heavy guy is pointing out, correcting repeatedly, that there's going to be an annulment. It's bizarre, to say the least, and it's inside this strip joint. We then move towards the climax, well, the end of the movie, and Anona's escorted back to the house by one of the one of the gang members who had to try to restrain her earlier. And there's a conversation about rape, which I found quite intriguing. She asking him why he didn't rape her, and he replied he's not a rapist. And well, you watch it and interpret it yourself. And then there's another issue as they leave the house, vacate it, is a ring, the ring that Yannick bought her when they got married,